Based on some of the meanings that people assign to the word Christian, it isn't surprising to find that people have different ideas of what it takes to be a Christian. Some people would equate it to faithfully attending church, others would equate it to their virtue and good deeds. Others would say that it comes down to following a list of rules to perfection. But which of these is the actual way to becoming a Christian? Answer: none of them. In the previous video, we defined Christians as those who are joined with Christ or those who are one with Christ. The next step would be to discover the way to share this union. To be a Christian is to be born again or to be saved. The phrase born again is genao anothen in Greek. Genao means to beget or bring forth, while anothen means born anew, from the beginning or origin, from above, a high place or heaven. So to be born again is to be brought forth anew, from the beginning or from the heavens. It means to be of a different kind, breed, or nature to that which is earthly. In other words, to be born again is to have an origin or source in God. This is why the phrase sons features a lot in the New Testament. Those who have their origins in God are the sons of God. Each person has a biological origin, tying them to a father and a mother. This origin will dictate their appearance, genetics, and many other things. Similarly, those who are born again have God as their father, and as a result, they have his nature. The Amplified version of John chapter 1 verse 12 to 13 says, "But to as many as did receive and welcome him, he gave the right, the authority, the privilege to become children of God. That is, to those who believe in, adhere to, trust in and rely on his name, who are born not of blood, natural conception, nor of the will of the flesh, physical impulse, nor of the will of man, that of a natural father, but of God, that is, a divine and supernatural birth. They are born of God, spiritually transformed, renewed, sanctified." The means by which we can become the sons of God is through faith in Jesus Christ. The Amplified version of Galatians chapter 3 verse 26 to 27 says, "For you who are born again have been reborn from above, spiritually transformed, renewed, sanctified, and are all children of God, set apart for his purpose with full rights and privileges through faith in Christ Jesus. For all of you who are baptized into Christ, into a spiritual union with the Christ, the Anointed, have clothed yourselves with Christ. That is, you have taken on his characteristics and values." So what does it mean to put your faith in Jesus Christ? Romans chapter 10 verse 9 to 10 puts it this way: "If you openly admit by your own mouth that Jesus Christ is the Lord, and if you believe in your own heart that God raised him from the dead, you will be saved. For it is believing in the heart that makes a man righteous before God, and it is stating his belief by his own mouth that confirms his salvation." So how can a person put their faith in Jesus? By hearing and believing the gospel of Jesus Christ. The gospel is the good news concerning Christ. Everyone who hears this good news has the opportunity to respond in faith, that is, to receive it and believe it as the truth, with the end result being salvation. However, hearing the gospel is directly tied to the preaching of the gospel. Unless the gospel is preached, no one can receive salvation. Romans chapter 10 verse 14 to 17 says, "But how can people call on him for help if they've not yet believed? And how can they believe in one they've not yet heard of? And how can they hear the message of life if there is no one there to proclaim it? And how can the message be proclaimed if messengers have yet to be sent? That's why the scriptures say, 'How welcome is the arrival of those proclaiming the joyful news of peace and of good things to come.' But not everyone welcomes the good news, and Isaiah said, 'Lord, is there anyone who hears and believes our message?' Faith then is birthed in a heart that responds to God's anointed utterance of the Anointed One. Ultimately, salvation is a gift for all who will receive it. It cannot be earned or merited, through good deeds, hard work, or determination. To be a Christian is to be a benefactor of the perfect and finished work of Jesus Christ.